Ausia kwa good TV suni ne yalande ajeke kraw sabre ye ne le sonsem nam na mampani don dramani Mahama ene ensem ode atutu dwa dumadi awapa hontuma wata heri ene pantuma papa se ye wo man yibekwa nanim de ode nsem bebre atudwa pa sese wotie afi one ba omia so se ne ba omia kwara fo so consider defeat na efe kura keke panimfo do mu se so atitafo da bia ne ebro eyamfim bo atwede akese ti wakasa pa omano ye hia nkrofo adwene edi akekere omano edi akoyanim na sania esika sembesi ye oso mfa so bo mu obia o pese obia mfa na dene mra na yentoto omano ema omano nsi na sha dialogue dwumadi na de pa honto na nu dwumadi na ode sansemi ni afoforo tudwa ene wankasa kwana kotie ensem Mahama wo edema omano efe esika sem se na economy ni begina yentotoye na etumi aboa. Subscribe, share, na like na comment. Aha, eye Konkonku TV so.
To abasa na jono. Adechi ye 9 a.m. na chese abato no asa ya kanye wie bibia. Na wana edwen se adebechi me ka se be 3 days na ya da so train electoral commission. Adechi ye me mada eni nya na eme. Yesi unua pese o no kasa. Yesi unua pese o no kasa. Mesi mi nua ben. Yesi unua vice president Baumia. And I'm see you ene mama me 1 minute me ru bathroom me call for me nim me twi me say na eja me be fa me phone. Me hwe na me nua na wo phone so. O se me nua penyin. Me frɛ wo aka che wo se ekuna yekunya no eye okompa na mehwe se ne ekona wo eno edi nkunim enti me frɛ ama wo tinkwa na me no akasa wie me pie na me ne osanchirofo akokasa na maka che mo se wo eno edi nkunim e wa bato no Sansu ne bae. Enti we de nan enrichi and I enkranfo. Figures come together to shape the future of our nation. The insights, diverse perspectives, and actionable recommendations that emerge from these discussions must transcend theoretical frameworks and drive real, impactful decisions that will guide our national economy forward. Throughout our engagement, we will focus on practical strategies to restore macroeconomic stability and pave the way for long-term economic transformation. This includes developing policies that stimulate growth and create sustainable job opportunities for our rapidly growing population. We'll also examine the structural reforms that are necessary to unleash the private sector's potential and make it truly the engine of growth that drives job creation and innovation. Strengthening economic governance institutions will be a key topic of discussion, ensuring transparency and accountability at all levels of government, while taking decisive action to combat corruption and other things that hinder our progress. It is vital that as we move towards a more prosperous future, and that the economic gains we achieve are distributed equitably, leaving no one behind and fostering inclusive growth that benefits every sector of society, from the most marginalized communities to the industrial leaders of tomorrow. This dialogue is a defining moment, and our decisions must set the course for a more resilient, prosperous, and equitable economy for generations to come. When I assumed office barely 2 months ago, I inherited an economy that was in a state of deep crisis. One that was weighted down by numerous challenges. The economy was reeling from unprecedented levels of debt, soaring inflation, high unemployment, declining levels of foreign direct investment, and low business confidence. The financial struggles that our nation is facing have not arisen overnight. They have been the result of several years of financial mismanagement, irresponsible borrowing, reckless spending, and weak leadership that failed to address the underlying structural issues within our economy. This pervasive mismanagement culminated in Ghana's defaults on its debt obligations. This marked a devastating milestone for our dear country, spawning a cascade of economic problems that have severely impacted our people. Huge fiscal deficits, excessive government expenditures, and overall financial imprudence have compromised our economic resilience. Credible rating agencies such as Moody's, Fitch, Standard & Poor have all downgraded our international credit rating consecutively, leading to capital flight and a loss of investor confidence and trust. The Bank of Ghana, instead of serving as an independent monetary authority, became a financing tool for government's excesses, fueling inflation and devaluing our currency. The cost of living has skyrocketed to unbearable levels, leaving families grappling with the inability to afford even the most basic necessities. At the same time, inflation erodes the value of wages and savings, pushing many into a cycle of poverty. Meanwhile, the ill-considered collapse of indigenous banks significantly reduced indigenous presence in Ghana's financial and banking space and led to massive job losses. For too long, Ghana has been plagued by short-term decision-making that prioritizes political expediency over long-term stability. We refuse to accept this as Ghana's reality. We reject the notion that economic hardship must be our norm. We refuse to surrender to the forces of stagnation and decline. We are gathered here today because we believe in Ghana's ability to rise again.